What's up, savages? Today we're breaking down one of the most underrated longevity tools for athletes. That's right, licorice root. Not the candy, the actual herb. The same one that fighters and high performers like to utilize, or at least they should be using it to help them recover faster. It helps control cortisol. It helps a lot with protecting the gut, which I've had issues with for a while now, and overall just staying in the game longer. So let's check it out. Let's dive into it. Why fighters need this? Well, pretty simple. In combat sports, we deal with chronic stress, training, physically, mentally, the preparation that goes into a fight, and metabolically, because you're basically 9 times out of 10 restricting calories. The majority of these people that we compete in weight classes that we outweigh ourselves, and we cut down to that and pull water. So we have inflammation spikes, cortisol spikes, our recovery tanks. Licorice root, it can actually help stabilize all that. It's not a cure-all, but it can aid in it. It helps your cortisol from crashing after hard sessions. So that's an interesting mechanism of action that it has. Obviously, the protection of the gut is huge, especially because the stress load from the training is high. And it helps to lower oxidative stress that beats up your joints and your tissues. So all of those things combined, you can easily see a good necessity as to why a combat athlete should be utilizing licorice root in their day-to-day routine. So good question is, what's in it? Obviously licorice root, but it's the compounds that we're looking at within the licorice root that gives us what is it that makes it what it do. One of those is glycerine. It's an anti-inflammatory and immune support. Glabridin, I'm really bad at pronouncing these, I'm doing my best, which is it's an antioxidant, mitochondrial protector. And then this is the one that always kills me. Licocalino A. It's an anti-cancer and cellular longevity. If someone can pronounce those, please give me a link so that way I can get better at those ones, because I know I've been reading these when I started studying up on it, and I was like, man, these are some wild ass names. But what they do is these are all heavy hitters for long-term health and athletic performance. All three of those play a vital role, and there's some caveats to them, especially glycerine. It tends to have one that if you're using traditional licorice root, you'll see later on that you don't want to use it long-term. DGL you can, but licorice root itself, you don't want to. We'll get into that later. The cortisol game. Let's get into it. So, everyone thinks that cortisol is bad, but it's not. It's a hormone. It has its place. It has its need. It's only bad when it's spiking all over the place. That's when cortisol is bad. It's, like I said, it's a necessity. We need it. Licorice root, it can help maintain stable levels, which means that as opposed to having the spikes, which is bad, it's going to keep everything a lot more on a good, even plane. So that means no post-training crashes. You'll have better energy throughout your camp, and better mood and sleep are just some of the things that you'll tend to notice, as well as more consistent recovery, which is huge. It's huge in training camp because the whole game is trying to recover for the next session. You know what I mean? We have multiple sessions during the day with an athlete whenever they're getting ready for a fight. So if we can get them better from one session to another, so that way they have more to put into that session, then you're able to just get that much more in your gains getting ready for the fight. So a big question now goes into how to use it, right? How do we utilize licorice root properly? So let's say you're deep into camp or you're under heavy stress, all right? Two good places to utilize some licorice root here. If you're using regular licorice root, not DGL, you want to do it in low doses. And like I said before, you're going to want to be on and off of it. So it's like 2 to 4 weeks on, and then you'd want to take a week to 2 weeks off. If you're looking for more on your daily longevity support, then utilize DGL because it's the safe long-term version and it won't have the same blood pressure issues. And that tends to come from, like I said before, the glycerine tends to spike blood pressure, and it also inhibits a particular precursor for cortisol. So that gets cortisol run a little while. You gotta be careful. which is one of the reasons that you cycle that one, particularly being straight licorice root, not DGL. Now we get into the longevity stack. So if you're looking for those next level results, that little extra, this is pretty much some things. I take all of these, and I take more than this, but this is just a good stack if you want some good results. Is DGL or licorice root with creatine, omega-3s, NMN or NR, magnesium, and then, like I said, just for longevity, I would go with DGL because you can just stay on DGL. There's some I think it's antiviral properties that you get with licorice root, so if you're dealing with something like that, might be a good thing. And it has some certain anti-inflammatory stuff. So, which that's a good thing as well, because licorice root, with it reducing inflammation, it also helps to boost the repair cells. Which this is the synergy that we're looking for whenever we're stacking supplements. You don't want to have things that compete for the same pathway. You want to have things that help each other gain the most that you can out of the utilization, because you got to be careful of the timing when you take certain things. There's things that takes better with that, that takes better without, and then there's also certain things that will compete for the same pathway. So you always want to ensure that you're not getting yourself into that position where you're stacking things together and you're taking away from the things that you're taking. Overall, if you're a fighter, a coach, or someone who wants to train like one, longevity is performance. I can't stress that enough. Longevity is performance. Licorice root is a cheap and powerful tool to keep you sharp, to keep you recovered, and in the game longer. So if you thought that this was helpful, if you gained something out of it, please drop a comment. Let me know what you think, if you are taking it or if you have taken it. If you have any other questions, there's something else you want me to break down next, drop that in the comments below. Other than that, I appreciate your time. Be looking forward to seeing the next one. Keep it real, keep it savage.